welcome back everybody. We are in Lemuria right now. I've made it over slightly to the left-hand side. I've already used up all of my lucky medals to get some items, which I will be equipping once I get Pierre's back. This sign here. Oh, there's some kids playing over here, and they're telling me been many years since a new child was born in Lemuria. Lemurians love children, but they only remain children for such a short time. We are the only children in Lemuria. I often wish there were other children to play with. And there's Pierre's having a bad time. So this here, we read the sign. House of the Senate is the Senate. I am the Senate. Are you the travelers from beyond the Sea of Time who return with Pierre's? What can uncivilized louts hope to bring to Lemuria? Come what may, I cannot approve of anyone letting alchemy loose on the world. Long ago, the power of alchemy was abused in ways that might bring about the end of the world. Because it was sealed away, the king claims the world began to wither and decay. And now rumors abound of a group of fools who are actually attempting to restore alchemy. It was only because alchemy was sealed away that the world has enjoyed this lasting peace. Has Lemuria fallen into decay, I ask you? Nay! Only by casting aside alchemy has the world been saved from itself. So, that's a little bit of smelling your own farts. Do you seek to know more about the draughts that provide us with such longevity? Once Lemurians bottled special draughts to leave here and travel throughout Wayward. A man named Babby stole the remainder of our precious draughts and fled Lemuria. So long as we drink the Lemurian spring, we live long. We no longer leave our homes. We have no need to make our draughts of old. Alright, so essentially the healing properties of water in this series has allowed them to drink from this spring, or one of the springs, and essentially remain youthful much longer than probably they should. Buck, buck, buck. Talk to Buck, Buck, Buck. If it weren't for the people in the castle, the Lemurians would have probably let them. If it weren't for the people in the castle, the Lemurians would probably let themselves starve. That's probably correct. Going to use. Alright, we're going to do this. So that I can do this. Hooray! There's a cow here. Hello, Mr. Cow. Miss Cow. Moo. Can I not mind read Mrs. Cow? Should be able to mind read you. Lemurians are so lazy that they make me look like a dynamo, and they live so long. Alright, we're gonna use the old cyclone ability here. See if we can't find something. Oh, a nut. Hooray. Nope, nothing to see here apparently. That's fine. Alright. There was something down here, I shouldn't complain. Oh shit, Pierre's his lash right now. Are you the kid Pierre's traveling companion? The door's broken, I'm afraid. I'd open up, but I opened a window just above the door. Sorry about that, but you'll have to climb through here. What's the matter? Can't you climb up? Fine, just a moment. Came all this way and you got stuck here. Can't be very bright. There, is that better? Now climb up here. Yeah, so the game could have been soft locked by the fact that Pierre's can't be gotten right now, and I do not have the ability to use Lash. So they programmed this in so I couldn't get stuck. Isn't that lovely? I come all the way up, but you're not here no more. Oh, that's right, I gotta go down. Very smart. Wait a minute. What am I missing? Need to go down. Oh. That's how you go down. Honestly, I'm amazed that anyone can travel so far across the world in this age. Hey, Pierre's isn't with you, or why not? His mother passed away. He's gone to visit her grave. Of course, his mother. He loved her dearly. I'm a terrible loss. Must be hard on him. Well, Pierre's may not be here, but we still have much to discuss. Pierre's brought you here. He must be working to break the seal on alchemy, right? Pierre's was doing quite well in finding you. What mission could the good King Hydros have assigned to Pierre's? But Pierre's has told you nothing of his mission? Really? So you actually have nothing at all to do with alchemy? Our parents were kidnapped by the Fire Clan far up north. Okay, here's spoilers, not spoilers. Essentially, at the very beginning of Golden Sun 1, when everybody got hit by the boulder and died, it turns out that no, Jenna and Felix's parents, or parent, didn't die. They were just kidnapped by the rescued by the Fire Clan, kidnapped by the Fire Clan. Take your pick, I don't care. And they're being held hostage until Felix and his companions can finish lighting the lighthouses. So, they alluded to this earlier, at the very beginning of this game, but I didn't want to mention it at that time because they didn't state it outright what was going on. And it's a bit of a surprise because they seem to be pretty dead at the beginning of the prologue. They got, you know, squished by the giant boulder meatball thing. And, you know, as far as you know, as far as Isaac and his friends know, on the other side of this game, they're dead. I mean, Isaac's dad's dead. He's been dead for years. Jenna's parents are dead. Felix's parents are obviously the same ones. They're dead. And then it turns out that, oh no, they're all still alive, but they're being held by the Fire Clan up north. We are only firing the lighthouse beacons to gain their freedom. King Hydros told me that the Venus and Mercury lighthouse has been ignited once again. Was that your doing? I'm afraid I know nothing of any Northern Fire Clan. But that doesn't explain you, sir. You're clearly not related to these two. What are your goals? Raiden joined us on the quest on behalf of Lord Babby of Tolby. Babby. I know of one man named Babby, but it couldn't. Master Loompa, the Babby we speak of is the same man you knew long ago. So he's still out there, living in the outside world. Well, that might not be the most accurate way of putting it. Most accurate, you certainly have an odd way of turning a phrase. He was living, yes, until recently, that is. So Pabby has passed away, but only recently, you say. He finally ran out of his mystical draught, his spirits began to wane. Then I no longer know anyone in the world outside. But aren't you Loompa, the righteous thief? I was called that once long ago. Why do you ask? Well, I bet there's at least one person in the outside world that still knows you. Who would that be? A town called Loompa in the northern Angara. A man named Donpa lives there. I settled that village in Donpa. He's my son. Now your grandson Dodonpa rules over your village. Rules? Rules is an ill-sounding word. But it is an accurate one, Loompa. Dodonpa is an evil thief who has caused much trouble in Angara. What has become of my son? How could he permit such a thing to happen? Master Loompa, don't you have any idea how old Donpa is? He is as old as I am, an old man. He may be even older than I am. If the news outrages you, why don't you go set Dodonpa straight? If only I could. Is this the only reason we're here, to bring the news of the outside world? Yes, I'm sorry we have sidetracked. We have much more to discuss. Before we begin, there is one thing I must say. You don't mind, do you, Felix? Clearly your judgment on this matter is fogged, Felix. I must speak. I have discussed this with none but Felix, but I have my own reason for this quest. What do you mean? Only that I have my own reasons for wanting to see the beacons lit again. Why are you telling us all this now? Because I feel this quest is deeply linked to Lemuria. I thought it odd that Lord Babby should order me to research alchemy. Hey, wait a minute, is that what you promised to tell us once we reach Lemuria? Yes, can I continue? Long ago, before alchemy's power was sealed, there were many civilizations as advanced and cultivated as Lemuria. At the moment the alchemy was sealed away, most of those civilizations began to wane, so eventually they vanished. I have formed certain theories now suggesting that this may be related to the seal on alchemy. Let me get this straight. You felt you couldn't tell us until we were in Lemuria. And you only wanted to come to Lemuria to test your theories and see if they were true. Even if everything you said is true, what does it all mean? Your theories are correct. The world itself will wane and vanish, won't it, Kraden? Pierre's never spoke of this to you, did he? You came to this theory on your own. You are indeed a wise scholar. We would do well to trust you. What do you mean? King Hydros and I, as well as others in Lemuria, hold the same beliefs that you do, Kraden. You do? Civilizations thrive by building upon knowledge of the past. Knowledge gained in one generation should be taken even further by the next. Thus, knowledge and learning continues to grow. This is the natural course of civilization. But where is the world today? The great civilizations of old have all withered and vanished. We are all isolated and alone. You have encountered many cultures in your travels. Are any of them capable of building the great sanctums and lighthouses you've seen? No, they are not, but this is not the only sign of decay you have theorized. I think it is best that you hear the rest directly from His Majesty, King Hydros. Yes, Kraden, we shall go to visit the king. But King Hydros is in council with Lord Conservato. We might not be allowed in. Conservato, that fool, he refuses to acknowledge what he can see with his own eyes. We will meet with the king and press our evidence upon Conservato. Come with me. As he kicks the door open. Stupid door. Hiya! At last you are open. To the king's chambers. Lumpa ought to be as old as Lord Babby was, but he's so much energy. He's got a fire in him. I do wish I could have heard more about Lord Babby, though. Come now, Felix. To the king's palace we go. The one nice little factoid that they don't really push too hard in this narrative is time in Lemuria passes much slower than everywhere else because they are such a long-lived people because of the magical waters that they drink. But because everything passes more slowly in Lemuria because they are longer lived, you see what is left of the decay of Lemuria. Whereas all of the other civilizations, the great civilizations, have long since passed away because they exist on a quote-unquote normal time scale. So they have long since passed away, whereas Lemurians still are at the decay of their civilization, or the point of decay of their civilization. And I think that's kind of brilliant because many of the people, and they're going to hint at this later on with Pierre's, are much older than you can possibly even imagine. You know, the senators may be a few thousand years old, perhaps, or a few hundred years old, perhaps. And that's far beyond anything that we could possibly imagine, whether it be adepts in this game or human beings for that matter. And because of that, you can't possibly fathom, where exactly their civilization is, or how could we lose such such beauty or such power in this world. And yet you see this as the last flickers of a dying civilization. The people want to leave. They're being held back by conservative ideology that there is no better place in this world, no better thoughts than that of what they've all known and lived with their very long, very extended life. Let's go see Pierre's for a moment. I don't know if he'll come along with us or not. But, looks like he has left. Alright, well that is fine. And that is where I was going. Isn't it great? King Hydros awaits you. You are free to enter. If you seek the counsel of His Highness the King, follow this passage to the door at the end. His Highness never leaves a meeting with conservative in a good mood. Good luck. Alright, we're gonna explore just slightly. Oh, I can't explore very much, can I? King Hydros is the wisest of all Lemurian kings, but I understand why Conservato and his Senate opposed the king's plans. A book called Alchemy in the Ancient Civilizations Part 1. Though the use of alchemy, civilizations undergo great growth and improvement. Alchemy in Ancient Civilizations Part 2. Those who master alchemy shall master the world. Great. The chosen masters of the water shall be native sons of Lemuria. Called the Elemental Lighthouse. It reads, "The beacons of the 4 elemental lighthouse brighten the fringes of Wayward." Here's a book called The History of Lemuria. An excerpt. Only traces of the once brilliant land of Lemuria remains today. Yeah, so very much civilization in decay. He was remarking on the fact that their bathrobes are something. Skimpy, thick, I don't know. You don't really elaborate too much. Oops. Alright, I'm gonna go this way a little bit. The Senate holds King Hydros in poor regard because he favors Lumpa's wisdom over their own. Makes sense. Those who oppose me are against me. He is still in chambers with Lord Conservator. Why is he granting them entrance? Are you Lord Felix, correct? Yes. It would seem that the warriors of which you spoke have arrived. So it would, Your Highness. I shall call them to us immediately. There is no need, Lumpa. Let us go to them. Hydros, would you see me dishonored thus? They ought to present themselves to us. I do not go to present myself to them, Conservator. I am merely going to where they are. I have something that I wish to show everyone. Regardless of your reasons, sire, I will not go to them. Do as you will. However, we shall go. I heard of your travels. It is quite remarkable that you are able to reach Lemuria. Welcome. Allow me to introduce my companions. This is Sheba, Jenna, Galax, and Kraden. Kraden is one who told me of the outside world civilizations, of their conditions. Kraden, Lumpa described you as a remarkable scholar. Your research impresses us. Thank you, Your Highness. Your theories are correct. Our world is now on a path of destruction. And who has decided this? You, Hydros? Some civilizations have vanished, surely, but this is the way of the outside world. Look around you. Lemuria remains unchanged. Don't delude yourself. Lemuria has been in slow decline for ages now, but that can wait. My most trusted scholars have reached this conclusion after extensive research. I sent Pierre's to confirm this for me. So you admit it, Hydros. You violated the directive of the Senate. You used the tidal wave as your chance to send Pierre's away despite our commands. You are incorrect. The tidal wave carried me away by chance alone. You must know that the tidal wave is caused by Poseidon's return. Only a fool would have chosen to send a man to see if he had known this would happen. What was it that you have intended to have? What did you intend to have Pierre's find? This map shows the ancient world when Lemuria still traded with the people on the many continents. You'll notice that it is shaped like a fucking sickle. Moon sickle. The Great Age, a time when the world shined brightly. And this is the map Lumpa had with him when he arrived in Lemuria 150 years ago. I used this map to sail around the world. It was quite accurate. Incredible. You understand, Kraden? What do you understand? Well, unless my eyes deceive me, the continents have shrunk since the Golden Age. That's insane. Not insane, it's true. Perhaps this will make the point more clearly. Look at these two maps side by side. There's no mistaking it. The continent on Loompa's maps are clearly smaller. Lies, nothing but lies. What do you hope to gain from fostering lies upon our people? You know well that I hope to gain nothing more than the truth, Conservator. And who do you expect will believe such nonsense? If you do not believe the evidence before your eyes, what do you believe? Do you believe the Lemuria map to be accurate to this day? Well, tell me, Piers, you were able to investigate this matter, were you not? Thanks to Felix and my companions, I was able to travel much of the Eastern Sea. And what did you find? I found, in truth, the Loompa's map is a little more accurate of the two. However, the world seems to be even smaller now than it appeared on Loompa's map. What are you saying? Time itself has stopped. Think of Wayward as a living, breathing being possessing its own life force. Four elementals are the nourishment needed to sustain this being. Creating is exactly what Hydros himself has said to me. Ever since alchemy was sealed away, the world has been cut off from its nourishment. It has gone into a state of akin to hibernation. By using less energy, Wayward prolongs its life. Yet when hibernating, the being has only stopped its own clock, not the flow of time around it. And when a bear sleeps through the winter, it needs only wait for spring to come. When it awakens, it can nourish its weakened body again. But if the spring never comes, the bear will eventually die. Wayward is wasting away. Its continent shrinking because its spring has never come. Hydros, how can you make such outrageous claims? The world is not alive. Tell me, Conservator, why do you think Poseidon has returned? Do you have an answer, Hydros? The elemental lighthouses. Felix and his companions have lit the beacons on both Mercury and Venus. But have you any idea of what will happen if you set the evil loose upon the world again? Yes. You know that it could bring about the destruction of the world, and yet you did it anyway? My lord, you cannot possibly intend for these people to light the remaining beacons. I do indeed, Conservator, and I also fear the possibility that alchemy will destroy the world. But I cannot stand by knowing that if, as I do, the world will wither and die if we do not act. This is madness, Hydros. Does the threat of alchemy mean so little to you? Would you put the world in even greater danger to satisfy your theories? With only the 2 beacons lit, I assume you intend to send Pierre's out again. And I will go, Lord Conservator. Felix has need of my power. Then go, Pierre's. If you do, say farewell, for you will never be able to return. You'll be banished from Lemuria forever. You know our laws. Are you prepared for the outcome? I myself am disgusted by the whole matter. I take my leave of you. But I warn you, I will not permit you to go through with this madness. What will you do, Your Highness? I knew this outcome was inevitable. But I could not sit silent while our world drifted down the path of its destruction. I want you to light the remaining beacons before you return. It's what we intend to do, but we cannot leave the Eastern Sea. I've already heard of this problem from Pierre's. This is something I found by accident in some ruins back in my days as a thief. Not sure what it is, but it seems to contain some powerful synergy. Seems to, are you not certain? It is synergy that we Lemurians are unable to use. I understand you travel with many different kinds of adept, do you not, Felix? If we include Pierre's in our number, we have 1 adept from each of the 4 elements. And at least one of you should be able to use this synergy that contains it. King Hydros believes that the item can only be wielded by one who wields synergy of the earth. If I'm not mistaken, its powerful synergy we call grind. Grind. If you master this synergy, the reefs that block your way shall possess no more trouble. Trouble no more. With grind, you will be able to create a path by which you can set sail into the Western Sea. Though bravely adapts, by your hands may you the remaining lighthouse burn bright once more. But synergy is quite powerful. It can only be trusted to very few people. That His Highness has given it to you illustrates how great his expectations are. I have no doubt that your world will be fraught with ever-increasing danger. But we are counting on you, Felix.